Boys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today, as you can tell by the thumbnail, we have pretty much the two rarest cars that have ever been introduced in Horizon 5 or Horizon 4, any Forza game before. We're going to talk about them today, why you probably don't have them, why you should probably never own them, and why it's kind of a poor judgment call on Forza's part to even release these into the game. I don't know. I got a lot to say about Forza in this video, but before we do that, I want to take a quick look on the auction houses for this 911 GT3 RS, because that's a brand new car, and I wouldn't mind testing that out too. I know that's not really, oops, just leaked one of the rare cars. My bad. I know that's not really the point of this video, but I don't know, because I know for a while Forza was doing this thing ever since the Aventador SVJ incident where it got released early. Any car that's been newly released to the game hasn't been able to go on the auction house right away. So I want to see, I think it's the 2019 edition, if they're still doing that. And okay, it's definitely not this one. One second. Okay, it's the 2012, so that's right here, I believe. And I have to kind of do this video a little bit fast because currently oh, there we go. Give me that. Oh, that would be so nice if I just got instant. Oh, there's a lot of people sniping for this right now, I bet. Now I kind of really want one. This isn't the focus of this video, but now I've gotten carried away. Anyways, there's a blizzard where I live right now, and the power keeps going out, so I kind of have to be quick in this video. Anyways, I'm going to get this car, and then I'll be right back. Okay, you know what? We're not actually even going to talk about it. Missed two more. It's no big deal. Let's get into what the video is actually about, and with our first car here, maybe some of you have heard about this car before. It's not kind of what I'm displaying on screen here. It does look very similar, but there's a Ford GT that Forza has introduced called the Ford GT OPI Edition. And pretty much how that looks, instead of Epic at the bottom there, it says OPI Edition, and then looks exactly the same as the one I have on my screen. Now, there's a few different engine upgrades you can do to the car, nothing crazy, nothing that makes it insanely better. I believe it can technically hit X-Class, which I guess is cool, but it's not really worth it once I'm going to explain to you guys how you can go about getting it. So if we head on over to the auction house and we... don't remind me. And we look through our Fords, and we're going to go to the Ford GTs. I believe there are two of them. Oh, good Lord. Where am I going here? I think they're right at the beginning. Yes, that's right. There's three of them technically, but I don't count the GT40. This Ford GT, obviously not what we're looking for. Or you can get the same as the OPI, the Ford GT right here, for under 100,000 in-game, which isn't really that much, and then you can just paint it. Pretty much what I did for the paint job is I just went to Designs and Paints, and I searched OPI, and this is the first thing that came up. So how do you go about getting this? Well, it's a download code that Forza's partnered with the company OPI to give out. Now, if you're anything like me and an avid Forza player, there's a pretty much 100% chance before hearing about this collaboration, you had no idea what the heck OPI even was. Even after hearing about this collaboration and seeing the car that was being offered, I had no idea what in the world this company OPI was. But one can only assume it has something to do with either cars like their Hot Wheels collab Forza did in Horizon 4, or at least video games in general, because those are the two things that Forza knows and do best, if you ask me. So it would only make sense that if they were to do a collaboration, it would involve one of those two things. Like earlier in the year, they did a collaboration, well, kinda. They released a product, a controller that came with a DLC code, and we are gonna cover that car later in this video, but it made sense because it was a controller that people can use to play their system to play Forza with. But no, OPI is none of those things. I looked into it. It is a nail polish company, which, where in the world am I? I gotta get somewhere else. One second. You know, I tried to look at it a few different ways, and I still can't figure out how this makes sense for Forza. It's really not a win whatsoever. Most people playing this game, I want to say, aren't avid nail polish purchasers. And how the promotion works is you go to OPI's website, you purchase $20 of nail polish, and then you go to their customer support or whatever, and you send an image showing that you have purchased this quantity of nail polish, and they'll provide you with a code to download the OPI edition car, and pretty much that's it. You can only get one of them, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You only need one because you can't sell it anyways. But it's such a weird thing to require their player base to need to go and do. This car actually handles amazingly, when technically the car's already in the game and the only thing different is a paint job. I don't know. I don't really get why Forza did it like this. It's kind of like the worst collab in the history of video game collabs. Like, I have a list of some bad collaborations between video game brands at least. This doesn't make any sense. I don't know where Forza's going with this. Maybe they should have tried to invest in like a Fortune Island 2 expansion for this game instead of this super weird collaboration. But anyways, with this car out of the way, let's get to our second one, which I have technically talked about before. And it is another Ford, but at least this one you can auction off to people in order to buy it. So if you're watching this video and you don't have the download code installed or you haven't purchased the controller, even though you're going to be able to see them on the auction house, it won't actually let you buy them. It's kind of the same as like Car Pass cars. It'll just do the same kind of thing with this, but at least you can still sell it if you've purchased the controller and like stack up, have a few more of them. I happen to have one of these. And I actually have a video up on my channel about how I got scammed trying to purchase it because the code came with the controller. So obviously people wanted to sell the code to make some of the money back if they only wanted the controller. So I thought, well, I'll buy one of those codes if I can find this car here. And I found an individual that was selling the code and purchased it, and he took the money and then I never heard from him again. So I did end up getting one in the end off someone I actually knew. But that's kind of the thing. So if you're looking to buy this code secondhand from, like, I don't know, off eBay or someone you don't really know, there's still that probability that you're gonna get scammed, and this car isn't that great. I've used it twice. I've used it right now when I'm recording this video, and I used it when I was recording the video the day I got it. So it's not amazing, I guess. I don't do a lot of off-road racing, but I find like its handling is kind of still questionable at best. I don't know, maybe I'm just super biased because I'm a little annoyed I had to spend so much money to get this not so great car. But Forza's DLC for this game has been pretty underwhelming. I'm going to have a whole separate video coming out later this week talking about that, how they've kind of dropped the ball on it. There's a good amount of things I don't love, like the fact, oh, here we go, that you have to play the game online. You can't just launch in an offline session, because I found that out when my power went out earlier. Anyways, I'm a little annoyed. I'm not a fan of this collab. I wish Forza would be putting in better efforts to different aspects of their game, as opposed to super random companies that half the community is not going to be able to get their hands on. But anyways, boys, we're going to have a money-making method coming out later this week. So if you made it through to the end, let me know down below so I can give you a heart on the comment. As always, we'll see you boys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.